Welcome, Facebookers and friends, intuitive minds like me. We are on the chakra bandwagon again tonight. How's everybody doing? Tonight's topic is the throat chakra. That is one of probably lately in the last couple of years, that's one of my strongest chakras. So as I'm waiting for folks to pop on here, I did something different tonight. I didn't do random cards. I specifically picked one that associates with the moon phase tonight. And then I am going to read about the chakra from this book. There's a reading in here. So, hi, Sandy. All right. So we are in waxing gibbous tonight, which we are almost to a full moon. So I'm going to read from the book. You're very close to achieving your goal. The word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. Hello, Amanda. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want. Though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense. So don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to this situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. Attuned to the moon, I know that I am on the right track. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project, and you need to get back into good health habits. The gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon. So she's nearly fully rounded. It's the culmination of the waxing cycle and as such tends to a rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests a very ripe time and a very right situation. Does that resonate with anybody tonight? So that's the moon, and I'm using Moonology Oracle card. The second reading I want to do is associated with the throat chakra tonight. So the throat chakra associates with communication, self-expression, creativity, expression of will, divine guidance, inner voice, and speaking one's truth. We're going to talk a lot about self-truth and self-awareness tonight. White rings of harmonic sound ripple through the etheric space of deep blue from the center of our Vishuddha, our throat chakra. 16 lotus petals, one for each of the 16 Sanskrit vowels, come together to house a white inverted triangle. Within it rests a perfect circle, full, clear, and luminously white. It is the full moon shining out through the night sky and beyond. It shines through darkness, lighting the pathway of integrity. From the shadows we emerge with clarity and the will to express our individuality. We hear the song of Vishuddha echoing our inner truth. Card message. As we move our way up from the base, root, and sacral chakras, through our solar plexus and our heart, we arrive at the throat chakra with energy, power, courage, and pure creative expression. I like that. Pure creative expression. Ready to share. The throat chakra is our energetic vortex of sound, vibration, and communication. This card is an invitation to speak up, speak out, and to let yourself be heard. It's time for your inner voice to have an outlet. The throat chakra encourages us to communicate and express ourselves with honesty and integrity. It asks us to get in touch with our will and to bring energy and power to it through its expression. It's time to engage in open communication. Allow conversations with others to flow with ease. How's that sound, Sandy? Is that an answer to your question? When it is time to listen, listen without agenda or judgment of another. That is really, really hard to do. When it is your time to speak, do so with patience and calm clarity. Value your words and know that you are worthy of being listened to and heard. This card is encouragement for the celebration and expression of your creativity. Allow the natural expression of creativity to flow through you in any way it wants to manifest. Sing, paint, write, move, dance. Just let your creative juices flow. When your throat chakra is opened and balanced, you will feel the power of your expression in every cell of your body. You will have a natural inclination to express yourself to the world. Whether you channel this into physical form or simply just laugh, cry, or speak, let this manifest in full. No more holding in your expression. Let it out, and your true creative essence will flourish. An affirmation that you can use to enhance your throat chakra. I clearly and freely speak my truth today. I am comfortable to express my feelings. I am worthy of being listened to. I love and honor the expression of my true voice. I speak to be heard. Isn't that such great introduction to tonight? All right, so that's the throat chakra reading. So the throat chakra. Oh, just a couple updates first. We have 302 members to the group. So thank you, all 302 members, for joining. I hope at least you watch one of my lives and get something out of it. These are a safe space. You can comment, ask questions, you can cock off. I don't care. Just interact, because that's what this is about. It's for interaction, connection, a little bit of knowledge, and a whole lot of fun. Casey Skinner was the 300th member, and she will have a free oracle card reading from me at her choice. Another update is a change to the date of the journaling journey that was going to be this Saturday, but because of Easter and there was a lot of people that were interested that wanted to come that can't come because of Easter, I switched it to next Saturday, the 23rd. And I have enough notebooks for 6 people. That doesn't mean that 7 or 8 can't come. It's just I don't have enough fancy notebooks that I made. So if you are coming, bring a notebook just in case that you are, you don't get the fancy notebook. All right, let's dive right in. Any questions so far before we get in? All right, we have a lot to get through. So the throat chakra is masculine by default. We talked before, if you've been following, that it starts with the root is masculine. It goes masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine. So we are at the throat chakra, and that's masculine. It's at the center of your throat. The color is blue. The sound, the sense is sound, sense of hearing. It develops between ages 29 to 35. So if you are in between that age, or if you are thinking of something that in your past that you have earned your voice or gained your voice or expressed your voice at that time, that's probably how that came about, is because you were really mature enough to express what you needed to express. Not saying that you can't do it anytime, it's just that's when it fully develops. The food types are fruit. The stones are turquoise, lapis lazuli, and aquamarine. I have one of those. Here is the lapis lazuli, and of course it's blue, because the throat chakra color is blue. The oils are clove, tea tree, chamomile, and eucalyptus. The positive characteristics are authentic, honest, purposeful expression, and great communicator. Usually we see a strong throat chakra in leaders or leadership abilities. Underactive is hypothyroidism, which is underactive thyroid. TMJ, which is the jaw disorder. Does anybody have the TMJ? TMJ, that I think that's like where it clicks or something. I didn't investigate that. Sore throats and a liar. Do you lie? You shouldn't lie. It confuses people. And you shouldn't lie to yourself either. Overactive is the underactive is hypothyroidism. The overactive throat chakra is hyperthyroidism, and that's overactive. Tonsillitis, you grind your teeth. That's really weird because I do grind my teeth, but my throat chakra, well, that makes sense because it's overactive. So maybe I speak my voice too much. Have I had a nickel for every time somebody told me I talk too much? And poor listener. I am working on that. That makes sense for me. I have really tried to work on my calmness and my sitting stillness and my listen, just listen instead of interrupting. I have a tendency to sometimes interrupt. I just get so excited. I just want to I just want to give my opinion. So I'm going to read from the book. Any questions so far? Please pipe in. This is for fun. So, I am using this book as my content. All right. So the throat chakra, it is about 1.5 to 2 feet from your body, the aura, your aura. So we talk about auras every time. So I don't go into a lot about auras. I cannot see them, but we have auras that I don't know if there's a book. Oh, so it looks like this in the book. You see that? So those are the colors of our aura from the closest to the body to the outer edge of our body. And let's see. Template usually extends from about 1.5 to 2 feet from the body and is related to the throat. It is where all the manifestation begins. In the name of this body refers to the spiritual blueprint that outlines everything that will manifest into the world through the etheric plane. So what I'm getting right now intuitively is to manifest. I think we need to use mantras or sing them or say them to really enhance that manifestation. Read the thyroid. So do we have any people on here that have thyroid problems? Active or underactive or overactive? So the throat gland to the throat chakra is the thyroid, because there's glands in our body that are associated with each chakra. And glands produce hormones. The thyroid gland is situated in front of the windpipe, just below the larynx. It takes iodine from food and creates 2 hormones that regulate the way the body uses energy. From this regulation, when this regulation works well, our metabolism is good. When it fails, we can experience hypo, where we are getting too little thyroid hormones, resulting in feeling tired, sluggish, or sometimes with even children, growth is inhibited. I did not know that. Or the other possible imbalance is hyper, where the body overproduces thyroid hormones, resulting in too quick a metabolism that causes anxiety, rapid heartbeat, and hand tremors. So, in a nutshell, if you're experiencing hypo, you might have a problem losing weight, or if you're just starting to experience your thyroid imbalance, you might be gaining sudden weight. The opposite is hyper, so you might not be able to keep weight on, and you might be drastically losing weight that way. It is interesting that the thyroid hormones are all about energy and growth, because the purpose of the throat chakra is to grow in the highest sense of the word. It also is quite fitting that the throat chakra regulates our energy levels because it is the highest of the 3 masculine chakras. That makes sense, which all are related to our ability to take action in the world. The next one is a really good one that I want to talk about. So the throat chakra. The need of the throat is to express your personal truth. Through authentic self-expression, we discover who we truly are. This chakra need arises when we are 5 years old, the time when most of us begin to learn to officially communicate on a social level at school. This is interesting. If you are abused in any way in early childhood and were told to keep your abuse secret, you may have serious blockages in this chakra. That makes total sense. So if you are one of those candidates, we will read the illnesses later. And as I read them, I want you to check off how many you are experiencing. The throat chakra is where your deepest life purpose lives, and it will only be revealed through living authentically with every word, every choice, and every action. Your purpose is really just your absolute truth, unfolding in every moment, because when you are genuinely speak your truth and act on it, everything false falls away. That is powerful, 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 powerful. That's awesome. That didn't resonate with me the first time I read it. So 76, there's a couple questions that I want to add that you can start writing in your journal if you have one, or just you can just think about them. Sandy says correct. How important is living your truth to you? How important is that? What have you done in the past to live in full integrity with yourself? What have you sacrificed in order for your authentic purpose to unfold? What are you willing to do in the future to facilitate the revelation of your true life purpose? Feeling this need fully can show up as denunciation or conventional living, and it can look like you are making radical, illogical choices. Buddha made this kind of radical 5th chakra after the birth of his son, when he left his wife and child behind to follow his path toward enlightenment. He did. The Buddha, he was looking, I'm researching Buddhism right now because, update, Jack is in boot camp. My son, Jack, is in boot camp. And every Sunday they get to choose to go to, I'll call it worship on Sundays. And he put in his letter, I don't know if this is a joke, but it's cool because it's kind of, when I researched it, it kind of made sense of what me and Travis have already been implementing in our lives and already practicing. So it's very familiar to the Buddhist lifestyle. So Buddha, he was looking for something in his life for enlightenment, and he couldn't find it through classes, through other religions. So he decided to leave his wife and his child, and he went out and he basically starved himself, and he found some answers, and he found balance, he found clarity. And so he found which now you can, it's not really a religion, but there's controversial to that. He found the lifestyle of Buddhism. So there's my little tidbit. I'm researching a lot on Buddhism. So that resonates with me. There are a test to take to test your chakras. It's just answering a bunch of questions that associate with each chakra, and then you get a score, and then you read your score at the end, and it kind of tells you what each chakra, how open it is or how balanced it is. And that is www.eclecticenergies.com. That is on page 90, and I'll show you what see. Yes. So the tests are like this. I believe there's 12 for each chakra. So some of the throat chakras, I won't read them all, but think about your answer. So you can answer not at all, rarely, occasionally, usually, and absolutely. So some of the questions, I'll just read a couple. Do you have a clear and audible voice? Do you balance listening and talking when communicating with others? Do you keep your promises? Regardless of what you think your ability is, do you enjoy singing? Do you express your authentic truth even when it's uncomfortable? Ooh, that is a good one. That is a very good question. And do you believe the saying, the truth will set you free? Oh, I do. I do. I've had to admit lots of things to myself this past year because I've been on this journey since last February. And I've had to admit a lot of things inside to myself and to others. And boy, does that really set the pace to a whole nother set of journeys. This lifestyle is not for the faint of heart, folks. Travis and I were just talking about that over supper, that there's a lot of people that's why they're like, nope, I'm not going to indulge in my, if they have a sense of a little bit ability, because we all have it. We just have to turn it on. We have to learn how to turn it on. We have to allow ourselves to turn it on. But this isn't for the faint of heart, because if I would have known that I would have gone through as much releasing and getting rid of the gunk and the crying and all the other stuff. There's tons of other videos where I testify that. I can't say I wouldn't have done it, but I probably, would have not jumped, face first in this lifestyle. But it was what I was looking for my whole life. And I jumped in fearless. So, when you jump in fearless, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get all of it at once. Any questions so far? Okay, so that's the test. Jumping into page 107. This is where we're going to talk about some of the health issues. So if you have a pen and paper, pay attention to this. So throat chakra issues. The throat chakra governs the area from the base of the throat up to the ears. So the following illnesses are related to it. Diseases of the throat, tonsils, larynx like strep throat, tonsillitis, and laryngitis. I mentioned before TMJ, that's lockjaw. Ear problems like infections and tinnitus. Is that ringing in the ears? I think that's constant ringing in the ears. And I think that's not because you're intuitive. I think there's really something going on. Thyroid problems such as hyper, which is overactive thyroid, or hypo, which is underactive. And Graves' disease. What is Graves' disease? I didn't see that when I read it the first time. Does anybody know what Graves' disease is? If you do, comment. And then Hashimoto's disease. I've never heard of that, so I do not know what that is. So those are some of the health issues. Now I'm going to read, there is more. So bronchitis, ear infections, a goiter, hearing problems, hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism, laryngitis, stuttering. Oh, that makes sense. Somebody that stutters. I bet if they worked on balancing their throat chakra, I wonder if that would improve. Teeth and gum issues. Has to do with your thyroid function misfiring. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Graves' disease, autoimmune disorder that can cause, okay, so it's associated with the thyroid. Thank you. Teeth and gum issues. Well, that makes sense because I have teeth and gum issues, but I have overactive throat. I believe I have an overactive. It's gotten better. Tinnitus, TMJ, tonsillitis, and oh, here's one, Tourette's syndrome. I think I have selective Tourette's syndrome. I just think I don't have a filter. Is that one in here? Is there no filterism in here? I just made that up, folks. Oh, So, any questions so far? Moving right along, right along. So the next thing we're going to read and talk about is oils. Oils, like essential oils. Essential oils. So we got clove. We have eucalyptus, German or blue chamomile, and hyssop. I've never heard that one before. So clove treats toothache, sore gum, mouth ulcers, and even cavities. Gargling it with warm water eases throat pain. Cloves is really strong. I know my mom had a small jar of cloves for like toothache. And when I didn't have any Ambicil, when Cody was really little, I would actually put a little bit of cloves. He hated it, but it actually did help. So I think with adults, it's probably better for the tooth, or just an ibuprofen. But if you're into essential oils, that would be a good one for tooth and jaw pain. Eucalyptus is often used as gargle. It also helps open the chest and sinuses. Chamomile has soothing, calming properties and is great for treating ear infections, as is tea tree oil. I know tea tree is really good for dandruff. Hyssop, I've never heard that before, provides numerous benefits, ridding the body of impurities. It clears out gases and phlegm and has both disinfectant and microbial properties. Interesting. A little bit of how to use the oils, because I don't think I have talked much about that. You use them topically. You can put them on your skin if they're diluted properly. And putting them in your bath water, putting them in an diffuser, or like they have these, I don't know what they're called. I just call them like diffusing sticks. I never tried them. Ingesting them, now you have to read and make sure you get the good ones. I know doTERRA has very high quality digestible essential oils to use, but you need to like either ask a rep which ones you can ingest. So those are some of the ways you can use the oils. Now there's a sound one too, and so I have in my notes to read the first paragraph. Okay. What paragraph? Hold with me, folks. Everyone intuitively knows that sound can be healing or disruptive. Yes. Now, I'm going to interrupt because I'm getting a message coming through. So, when my son was my oldest son was diagnosed with his learning disorder, he also had OCD, and he had ADD, and he also had auditory processing disorder. I don't know if that's labeled still this day, because I have not heard of it, but that's what they called it back then, was auditory processing disorder. So, and I believe that I have this as well, because when he was going through his symptoms and we were trying to figure out his learning disabilities and how to combat that, it was like this dawned on me. So when I hear sounds like annoying, like clicking or a drop of water or anything that's like kind of background noise, but it has like certain pitches, it'll just throw me off. Like I won't be able to focus. On the opposite side of that is I focus better when I listen to music, and Cody is the same way. Like he had to study with music on, and I struggled with that because I'm like, no, you don't need music. You don't need music. You need to focus. But that was his way of focusing, and that's my way as well. Like if I want to like especially when I prep, because I need to like stay fart level focused when I prep, because I have like, you know, just a couple hours on Sundays to do that. So I'll put my headphones in. Hello, Kim. And I will just be able to focus. I'm like fart level focused with music. But now it's the noise, it's the chatter. I struggle with that at work. Like if it gets too chattery at work, I just can't focus, and I have to just either put on like a podcast or especially music. So I'll get back to the reading. From the soothing lap of waves on a shore or a cat's gentle purring to the disturbing shriek of a piercing scream or fingernails scraping on a chalkboard, sound can elicit a whole spectrum of responses. We might recall from an angry reprimand, swoon over an exquisite aria, get motivated by a marching band, or sleep more sweetly while serenaded by a chorus of crickets. Sound affects us deeply and instantaneously because it literally changes our vibration. And since vibration is the essence of all creation, sound healing goes straight to the underlying cause of illness and disease. Isn't that wonderful? I did not know that. Now, I can't find my notes about opera. There's something to be said about opera music, but I can't find where I read it. It must have something to do with the vibrations. I read it and I wrote it down to talk about it. Maybe it'll come up. Maybe it's in a different page. Anyways, any questions so far? Hold on, I'm just going to go through and see if it's on a different page. Okay, maybe not. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the yoga poses for the throat chakra. There is yoga poses. I knew that yoga was, you know, for balancing chakras physically, but I never knew like which ones were associated. So this is very, very helpful for me. So the throat, we have the pyramid pose, which makes sense. We have the lion pose, and she has like her tongue hanging out, like, you know. We have the shoulder stand. Don't you remember doing that as little kids? And then we have the fish pose. This is a really good one. So those are some that you can do to help balance your chakras, your throat chakra. I'm going to read a little bit here about taking yoga beyond the poses. So many chakra healing methods shift your energy, but don't change your body. If your energy shifts and your body doesn't, then over time, your body will draw your energy back into its old patterns. For instance, if your posture is hunched over, it will be hard for you to keep your heart and solar plex chakra open and strong. If you wear the right stones and aromas and say the right mantras, your heart and core energy can open temporarily. But without the proper posture or movements to physically support and reinforce the new state of your chakras, your body will compel your old energy patterns to return. Isn't that interesting? So we need to physically balance our chakras on the outside as well as the inside, because we are essentially both. We are inside, we are outside, we are spiritual. So you can use stones to heal your chakras. And this is a good one for Reiki. Because if you've done Reiki, Travis, a side note, Travis is Reiki certified. He can do Reiki and I can do reading. We do them separately. If that's something you're interested in, reach out, because we do have open opportunities for you to come to our house. Travis has a table. He'll perform a healing Reiki session with you. And then if you feel compelled, I will do a oracle card reading with you. You get a little R&R from TNT. So this lists where to position each stone. And then there's like a little meditation to go with it. So you start, like if you're laying on a table or on the floor, they have one just above your crown, brow, the blue, like a blue, like for instance, I would put lapis lazuli right here if I was laying down. And then a green stone would go on your heart, and then a yellow would go on your solar plex, an orange would go on your sacral, and then a red one would go right below that at your root. And then you can perform your meditation that way. The stones associated with the throat chakra, again, are aquamarine, blue calcite, blue kyanite, lapis lazuli, I showed you, sodalite, and turquoise. Now I'm just going to read a little bit of each one. So aquamarine promotes heartfelt communication, sore throat. The blue calcite fosters enlightened conversations. So maybe like to stimulate a conversation. The blue kyanite cleanses negative energy. So maybe less negative words coming out of our mouth. Lapis lazuli fosters honor, truth, and good judgment. So maybe that's for if you want to start praising someone more, like your kids or your husband, or if you're a leadership, maybe you could have lapis lazuli in you so that you can affirm your fellow co-workers or co-workers under you. Sodalite helps heal breaches in communication. Also maybe good with work and your husband and your kids. And turquoise promotes leadership, wisdom, spiritual connection, detoxifies, and cures speech disorders. Those last three, in any of these, but those last three would be awesome to put like in a bracelet and then wear that at work. That would be awesome, because you know it's hard to communicate stuff at work. Any questions? Let's interact, folks. Questions, comments, cock-offs. I embrace, I welcome, I encourage all. Let's talk about foods. Foods associated with the throat chakra are fruits. Thyroid healing foods like sea plants, dandelion greens, turmeric. Turmeric helps with inflammation, folks, too. Liver, scallops, and oysters. I talked about oysters on one other chakra that they were good for. I would be really leery where to get oysters around here. If you live on the coast, you know, or you're next to water, that'd be great. But maybe Hy-Vee has probably the highest quality of oysters around here. Never had one. Not saying that I wouldn't try it, but comment. Has anybody tried an oyster? And if you have not tried an oyster, would you? Alan Nimitz is watching. Stay on, Alan. This is going to be so good. You're like a guy. Need more masculine interaction. So stay on here, Alan. Don't be scared. You don't have to watch it. You can just keep listening and comment. So foods and spices, blueberries, sea plants, dandelion greens, scallops, turmeric, liver, oysters. We talked a lot about that. So there's another balancing chakra meditation thing. And I think I'm going to take a picture of this and post it so that whoever doesn't have the book can follow along with this. So I'm going to just post page 169. So after this, I will post this live, and that way you guys can practice the balancing of the chakras. Moving right along. Best healing method for throat. Page 181. Ooh, the breath of fire. Okay. Because the heart, nope, that's not. Okay. One highly effective way to open your fifth chakra is sound healing. Alan says, I love smoked oysters. Okay. Side note, Alan, where can we get some really good oysters in Wisconsin? Or do we have to like branch out of Wisconsin to get really good oysters? Hello, Renee. Smoked oysters. Alan, you need to tell us where we can get these smoked oysters. I'm going to keep you on here. Try playing a pure crystal bowl or tuning fork that is designed for opening your throat. Oysters are okay. Did not have any here. We got to find out from Mr. Allen where to get the best smoked oysters. Is that a joke? I hope that's not like a winnuendo, because I don't get it and I've never heard it. So I hope you're really talking about smoked oysters. Oopsie. Oh God. Yes, we talk about everything here. Or you can simply listen to music or sounds that make you happy, calm, and centered. I talked about my auditory processing disorder. Because the throat is the perfect place for a necklace and it's masculine chakra, you may want to wear a strong fifth chakra stone pendant like turquoise or lapis lazuli around your neck. I have hypothyroid, so this one is very interesting for me. Okay, good, Renee. If you just hopped on, there's we talked about the thyroid in the beginning, and then I also listed some of the illnesses. So I will post that up. I will post a picture, and it will be in there if you do not have the book. So stay tuned for that. Oh, okay. If you have a serious throat chakra imbalance, doing shoulder stands helps immensely. It stimulates the thyroid gland that keeps your fifth chakra balanced. A good friend of mine alleviated all symptoms of Graves' disease by doing 1 3-minute headstand followed by 1 3-minute shoulder stand every day for 6 months. Did you hear that, Renee? So the author of this book said, and we said that Graves was that's autoimmune. Did anyone else just see that orb? What? I think it's just a piece of fuzz because it happens. I've seen it before, Sandy. I don't know if it's an orb. I'll have to ask Spirit, but Andy is here. Look at you guys. Andy's here. This is I'm so getting off topic, but I don't really care tonight. This is my physical resin replica of what Andy looks like in the physical form. Andy Andromenus is, that was really fast. The orb? Oh, well, maybe it was. Do it again. Do it again, Spirit. Show us the orb. Show us the orb. I love it. This is a resin replica of what Andromenus, my spirit animal, looks like to me, as he has depicted. And look at, he's got a star on his forehead. Yes, I'm bringing you into light again. I know you just like to look, you just like to sit off, but I'm so proud of you. He's there with me for my readings, my lives. So for the Graves' disease, I think Sandy mentioned that was autoimmune. Alan says the Tempest Oyster Bar in Madison. Okay. All right. I believe you now. And when I get to Madison, I will check it out. All right. Thank you, Alan. Keep watching. So crystal bowl or tuning forks. Oh, she also, this author here, also in the book, I wrote it down, but I can't find it right now. She says she has a Chakra Love album. I could not find it on Spotify, but I did not look other places for it. So that's all I have written down for my notes. Oh, so this author, one more thing, to heal the chakras. Now, I have not investigated this highly. I do want to watch. I do want to I'm reading and trying to talk at the same time. I'm going to watch the video right after this, after I post it, Sandy, and I will fast forward and see if I can see if that was the orb or not, and then I will comment. So this author of this book, she also sells these chakra tattoos. Now, I have not investigated, and I think they're like $30 for the whole set. She recommends that if you're going to do the whole set, that you are in a place where you're at home next to like a toilet or a bathroom, because by using all of them at the same time, you are probably going to send your physical body into balancing overdrive. So you either could be releasing some digestive things, or, you know, out the mouth, or get really tired, or become dizzy. And that's temporarily, you know, that's just because you're balancing and you're doing a lot of work at once physically. I'm assuming these are the ones that where you wet it with a washcloth and then you put it on. So I should get them, and I should have been using them already, but I talk about it every time, but I always forget to order them because I have to do some more research and kind of find out, like, okay, is there oils in the makeup of these that does that? Is it just oils? So if you just took oils that associated with all these chakras and did the same thing to your spine, would you get the same effect? So I should actually reach out to Chrissy Seibel and my neighbor, because she's really into the doTERRA essential oils, and see if they've ever done chakra balancing with essential oils, because I could administer that. That would be a cool event. That would be really, really cool. Okay, so any questions or comments, anything at all? There is something out of the back of this book. Oh, okay, so I am using this book now. This is the Oracle card book on chakras. Oh, frankincense is another oil. This book is different. Ylang ylang, chamomile, peppermint, and geranium are some of the oils for the throat chakra. So how to tend to the chakra? We'll end this really quick unless we have other questions or updates. Are you still watching, Alan? Alan, how is your throat chakra? I'm really targeting Alan because I think he's the only dude on here. And I embrace more masculine energy into my lives and into my life as well. Activities. So here's how to tend to your throat chakra. Speak up and speak out for what you believe in. Be honest about who you are. Communication and expression in any form. Singing, painting, chanting, drama, the good drama, poetry, and writing. Those are all ways of expressing your communication. Now, that just doesn't mean when we talk about the throat and the sound, there are other ways to release or to express your truth. It doesn't always have to be through words or sound. And I think that's amazing that this book really emphasizes that. Oh, I don't think that's an orb. I think that's a piece of fuzz. I have to see it now. I've seen it before too. That one just kind of floated. I think it's a piece of fuzz. That's really weird if it isn't. That's cool. Oh, do it again. Do it again, Spirit. I think it was Piece of Fuzz though, but I'll watch it. Do, 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 do. Spirits here, folks. All right, back to what we were talking about. Just a bird just flew out my window, so I'm shiny squirreling it. Oh my God, I'm all over the place tonight. Okay, engage in conversations with people, organized groups with similar interests to you, like you are tonight. You are engaging in virtual communication. Read a story or recite poetry out loud. Ooh, that's something really nice. So this just came to me. So, hi, Mary Jo. Hi, Jojo. If you are needing or wanting or manifesting some balls to say something to somebody, this is where I'm going to promote the journaling. So do like a rough draft. Do like a dialogue. I just gave a gal some advice about dialogue the other night. And you're not late. You can always, I'm going to post it so you can always go back and watch it right after we're done or at another time, whenever you're comfortable. So journal your thoughts, like brainstorm. We had to do it in school when we had to do essays. So start brainstorming your thoughts. And that way, when you start writing down just like some one words or a couple words, and maybe that will stimulate or get your mind rolling in that direction, and then you might come up with a sentence, and then that sentence might stimulate more words or more thoughts and more emotions. So I've been trying to. Jack asked. I wrote him a poem, and I sent it to him. There is again. I think that's Fuzz. I think it really is Fuzz, but whatever. If it's not, we embrace all things. There's another one. It is Fuzz because I just seen it. So I wrote him a poem, and he got it, and he's like, I don't know why you stopped writing poems. And so I have been trying to write more poems to Jack, and just write more and just get, because that's how I express, and I feel so much release and so much creativity, and my energy is balanced when I write. So I'm trying to find more time into writing well, again, while Jack is gone, and when he comes back, I hopefully can bring that back. Foods, clear, fresh foods. Broths, clear soup, herbal tea, echinacea, avoid dairy where possible. Okay. Sunset is beautiful tonight. Maybe it's the rays coming through. Where's this? Oh, wow. Oh my God, it is, you guys. Look outside here. I mean, I'm shiny squirrel. I'm going to turn. Can you guys see the sunset? Look at that. My phone, look at that. My phone does no justice, but it actually looks kind of cool because it's actually bluer in my phone. Look at that, folks. That is gorgeous. That is so cool, you guys. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Renee. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's so cool. I just want to stare at it now. Oh, darn it. I lost my page. All shades of blue. And then there was some more affirmations. So I clearly and freely speak my truth today. I speak to be heard. I am comfortable to express my feelings, and I do this with ease. Hi, Karen. And I am worthy of being listened to. That is awesome. So we're at almost an hour here, but I want to go through some more of now with this book, they call it more like less open or unbalanced. In this book that I'm using, they actually call it inharmonious or out of balance characteristics. So there's a lot more in this one. So I will read that real quick. So if you are suffering from any of these, put a check mark down and see how many you have or don't have. All right. So there's stuttering, fear of speaking, Fear of self-expression. Disorders in the physical organ governed by this chakra, such as having a sore throat or tonsillitis. Inability to express yourself. So there's fear of self-expression, and then there's also inability to express yourself. That is very interesting how they like really detailed each one. So the fear of self-expression and also the inability, like you just physically can't. Feeling unable to communicate effectively. Maybe not like finding your true words. Speaking abruptly and with anger. Guilty. Guilty. Gossiping. We all do that. Needing to be the center of attention. Being a chatterbox. Having a constant need to talk. Oh yeah, I think that's when we refer to somebody as, oh, they're just talking to hear themselves talk. Well, that's kind of what this means. Worried about silences. That's an interesting one. Worried about silences. Oh, you mean like when, okay, so what I'm getting right now is like, oh, well, she's really quiet, so something must be wrong. It's like, I get that a lot at work. Like, is everything okay? You're so quiet. Because normally I'm like talking and bubbly or whatever. I'm like, no, you guys are just too freaking loud and I can't concentrate. So that's why I'm quiet. I'm setting the tone. Awkward silence. Ooh, that's a good one. Lying, self-betrayal. Nervous when there is silence. Yes. Self-betrayal. Ignoring your will and your inner voice. So now we have fear of self-expression. We have the inability of self-expression. And now we have ignoring self-expression. Fears about being judged by what you would say. Feeling unworthy of being listened to. Problems with self-talk. Problems with self-talk. Problems with self-talk. I wonder what that means. Does that mean, I'm thinking it's beyond like, you know, when everybody talks to themselves. I do that a lot at work just because I have to talk stuff through like, you know, math and shit. Quiet, timid, a weak voice. Oh, so what's coming to mind is, do you guys remember that show, Police Academy? And the really squeaky lady, and her name was Hooks. Today, Hooks. And she was really tired. She just kind of squeaked her way through Police Academy. And then at the very end, it was just like she was everybody was blown away because she just had a voice. That's who's coming forward right now, is that character from Police Academy. Not being honest and not speaking out and not expressing yourself, creativity. So if you have X'd off at least, you know, more than half of that, then I would say that your throat chakra is a little bit compromised. I don't want to say out of balance. I want to say compromised. Because we can fix that. Well, there you go, folks. Do we have any questions? I love all the new viewers tonight. Like I said, we have 302 members on here. That was impressive. I wanted to get to 300 this last week, and I was very thankful and blessed with 302. So Travis and I do Reiki and readings. Would you please show the new book once more? Oh, this is an oracle book, Renee. It's very, very kind of, I don't know, they're not very descriptive at all, but the book is. The cards are not, but the book is. So it's an oracle card. It's very informative. I was looking through it tonight for a specific thing, and I actually found a lot of the same broad information that was in this book. So it's called The Chakra Insight by Karen Sangster, and I got this off of Amazon. And they are like, they come with all kinds of cards, different cards. And this is the throat chakra. So look at that, guys. Oh, and the sunset is now just blue. Perfect timing. So Travis and I do Reiki and readings. I'm doing readings right now for $30 for the first hour. If it goes over an hour, I do not charge you more. It's just for the first hour. I'm taking, I can do them virtually, so reach out to me. And I accept PayPal or Venmo now. Travis prefers to do his here at the house because it's our safe space, and he has a table that's kind of heavy and gawky to move around. But if movement or location is difficult for you, hello Maya, then you can reach out to him and he may be able to accommodate how you want to have your Reiki done. He is also doing a shaman course. If you are into that, that is a Native American healing type of thing. And they use the whole universe to heal all aspects of your body, physical, mental, spiritual, all of that, emotional, everything. He is also embarking on taking his Reiki Master certification. So he is growing and expanding. And the journey into journaling, or the journaling journey, is switched to the 23rd of April at 10 o'clock. I have 6 spots open. I can make room for more. I only have 6 of the fancy notebooks that I made. So please reach out to me or comment on the event if you are committed to coming, because I would like a head count for snacky stuff. Next Wednesday, we will be discussing the third eye. That's where we're gonna probably talk a lot more, because I am experiencing my third eye, and my crown chakra is really expanding and really developed. And that's where I'm at in my current journey, is I am working through these 2 chakras. So third eye is intuitive and crown is the divine. That's how we like communicate with the angels and the highest of the highest spirits, like Andy. All right, do we have any questions? Thank you. I'm interested. Oh, interested in what, Kim? The readings, the Reiki, or the journal? The journey into journaling, or journal. I don't even know what it is on Facebook. I keep screwing it up. But it's at 10 o'clock on the 23rd, not this coming Saturday, because it was Easter and there was just not enough. There was a lot of interest, just not convenient for everybody. So the journaling. Okay, that is on the 23rd at my house. We will be doing a little introduction to the benefits and the importance of setting a journaling routine in your life. We will do a short guided meditation by my good friend Angela Rose. She is a self-love and relationship coach now. She also produces lots of content on Spotify and Instagram and YouTube. So check her out, Angela Rose. We will use her meditation for manifesting. Then we will journal some more, and then I will pull a oracle card for each of the attendees, and then we'll have, visitation and snacks and stuff. So if you have any questions at all, even if you just need a friend or somebody to, a second opinion, it has nothing to do with what I talk about here on Intuitive Minds Already Know. Feel free to reach out to me. I can be your safe space. So reach out if you're interested in any of that jazz, or just, reach out if you just want to chit chat. I'm up to that too. So I love you all. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday.